The market closes strong, but is it just window dressing for end of quarter? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so after being out for a little over a week, I am back and we are ready to roll back in the original setting that I started in before I traveled for 2 years. And we saw the market spike up at the close today, and we have to ask ourselves, is this ready for a breakout after about a week-long consolidation period? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. Highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, before we jump into the chart, we did conclude September yesterday. As you can see on the screen, we concluded it well, absolutely crushing it. You can see our people are loving it on the screen. We had a great August. We had a great September. The indicator that I use in TradingView will be available to the public soon as an indicator you can just use without even joining our group. And that is how we do these day trades and get these results. If you want to be part of this winning team, stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as I talked about last week, I was in for 1 day last week. And as I talked about, we do have the potential for this to be 5 up right here for wave 1 and then a wave 2, which is a flat kind of straight across and very shallow. I'm not in love with this formation because of how shallow the wave 2 is, but the market is kind of forcing my hand with the move up. And we talked about the 5850 level being kind of the cap for a potential change in this. In this case, we'd have a 1-2, and our move up on last Thursday would have been 1 of 3 in a diagonal setting. And then this could be 2 of 3. I'd prefer to see a lower 2 of 3, but this did get close to the 50% retrace, which is okay. And then they came back up. So a direct breakout over this high and really through 5850 is our confirmation that we are trying to break out in a direct way. If that is the case, I would look for a direct run up to the 6,024 area. 6,000 or 5, I should say 5960. 5960 would be the minimum target, and more accurately, 6024 would be the target we would expect on the ES, the futures chart. From there, we look for a little bit of a pullback, and then one more run up to 6132, a pullback, and then into the 6170 to 6240 range overall for the ES after the contract roll we just got in September. It did push those numbers up just a little bit. So we're in that 6,000 range. I talked about this last week, and that would be the direct breakout scenario. Now, if they are unable to take out this high from last Thursday and push through 5850, we would look at this as a potential bigger wave 1, where this would be the top of wave 1. You'd look for a wave 2 pullback, and that wave 2 pullback should target 5600 to 5560 in that range. And then we would look for a 1-2 setup before breaking out into similar numbers to the upside, where we'd still look for that 6150, 6200 area overall. Just a different path to get there. So we'd look for a bigger wave 2 and then the start of 3 after that. So overall, those would be the 2 main paths that we're tracking. There is a potential that we're putting in a top. This does not look like a very good topping formation. It's not what I would expect here. It's not what I'm looking for. But if the market can come down and break 5560, break this consolidation zone right here, and ultimately break back below these lows, that would be a severe warning to the bulls that maybe we have put in a top and we are looking lower. We would have to see structure and what happens next, but that would be a very big warning to the bulls that the upside momentum has slowed and we are looking at a bigger move down. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, so on the NASDAQ, similar type of setup as they do trade in step with the ES very often on the NASDAQ. We would be looking at this as an ABC pattern to the upside, which is consistent with an ending diagonal that we are looking at in a bigger form. If that is going to play out in the bullish scenario, this would be A and B. Then we have 1 and 2 of C. 3 of C would target 21,500. Then back to the 20,500 area, then 22,000 overall to complete the move up. And that would be the bullish path that we would expect for the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ has been weaker. They still haven't really pushed over their 764 retrace of this move down. They rejected it and pushed off of it. So until the NASDAQ shows a true breakout over the 764, which is basically, we're going to call it last Thursday's high. If they can break over last Thursday's high, we would expect them to accelerate into this high and ultimately break through. That would be our initial indication that the NASDAQ is in a bigger breakout toward the 22,000 area. If again they turn down, we do have the ability for this to be a bigger A wave and then a a B wave, and then we would start a bigger C wave down from there. That would require a 5-wave move down. This does look corrective to the downside, so I would not be looking for that to play out just yet. But that's what we'd be looking for. They would need to break back down through this 19,100 area to kind of give us confirmation that that's taking place. But that would not be a path that I would be very sold on until I see that support break. Right now, the market has bullish setups on too many other charts that look to one more high up here in the 22,000, over on the 6,000 region on the ES, and push up into those regions before we see a bigger pullback overall. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to our webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans that both come with a 7-day free trial. This is because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, make sure it's what I say it is, that you become part of the trading team, and that all of it is for you before you ever spend a penny. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out, and you can cancel at any time. We also have our educational material, our Elliott Wave 4 Beginners online course, as well as our Advanced Elliott Wave course. These courses are helping real traders make real money and finally understand the stock market in a way that makes sense. In our advanced course, we go over the more complex patterns, such as your fib levels, your diagonals, your double and triple threes, your flats, your triangles, how to trade Elliott Wave, which a lot of people don't really understand. And we go through that so that you can understand this complex market. As you can see on the screen, our traders are really loving it and is helping them make money. But if it's a little bit too complex for you to get started, or you're just getting started with Elliott Wave, we also have our Elliott Wave 4 Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the stock market in a way that makes sense. It can be very confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And this is why Elliott knew that the news cycles were garbage long ago. He knew that key levels mattered, and he knew what happened when the key levels broke and what happened when key levels held. This gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. In this course, we have 25 videos where we go through 3 parts: your introduction, where we get you introduced to Elliott Wave Theory, the expectations, the KISS method, and why it works. The chart setup and tools, where we go through every tool you need with Elliott Wave Theory, why we use it and how we use it, and the Elliott Wave 4 Beginners area, where we go through each of the waves, how to use them, how to measure them, how to find the key levels, the theory of alternation, the corrective depth theory, everything you need to know to make sense of this irrational market. Now, the cool thing about these courses is if you want to get both of them at a discount, you can get our bundle package and get $37 off. Or if you want to get them for free, simply join one of our monthly rooms, as they are included in that monthly price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where we go through all of the charts, answer all your questions, go through a big picture update, everything you need to know to have a good understanding of where we're at in the counts, as well as all of the training material we just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade in my room, so we do trade quite often. Now, if you are looking for futures trading, individual stocks, advanced training, and income training, you need to check out PT's throne room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as futures trading, individual stocks, his income trading method that continues to crush the market, and his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money. And it's how he structures those trades that's so unique. It's something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, our key takeaways for today: the market remains trapped in a zone here. They've consolidated for quite a while in this 5740, 5830 area. We are looking for expansion out of this zone, a big breakout or breakdown. A break of yesterday's low would likely lead to a breakdown into the 5560 area to 5600, and a break over 5830 would likely lead to a run to 6000 pretty directly. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup. They've been consolidating, looking for a breakout or a breakdown out of this consolidation. If they pull back first, we would look for them to hold 19,100 to set up a deeper wave 2. And if they break down through that, we could see a bigger pullback back over Thursday's high, and we would expect them to break out toward the 21,056 region, the prior all-time high. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.